Yes, from Educators for Freedom, please welcome Mo Oliver.
What's going on, Brooklyn? What's going on, Brooklyn? Brooklyn is only over here?
No, it's over here.
Brooklyn over here too?
Yeah.
So I asked, what's going on, Brooklyn? All right, that's what I'm talking about. Look, I want to give a shout out to the cops over there. I see you over there, staying warm. Look, let me let y'all know something about me. Like, I don't play politics. I'm sorry, I don't. Look, I don't do politics. I don't. And I'm going to tell you why. Division is a problem. George Washington, the first president of the United States, in his farewell address, warned against political parties. And he's right. The truth is, there's division in America, and the division is starting with the politics of today. Well, started from the days of George Washington, and we have the same problem today. So I'm not about Republican, I'm not about Democrat, I'm about the people. And here's what I want you, we the people, we need to understand what's going on. We need to learn about what our government is doing. Because here's what and every day I'm learning. So you know, if you don't know who I am, I'm a teacher. I've been teaching with the New York City Department of Education for 23 years. We got this group called Educators for Freedom, right? Yeah. So that's right. We, and we are fighting for our religious exemption, right? I'm against the mandate completely, right? But at the same time, I do realize that I'm gonna stand on my God's word. And my God told me not to put that in my body. The Most High God said to me, don't put this in my body. So I'm standing on the Most High God's word, right? So I want you guys to understand this. What I'm learning right now is that New York in the court, New York City's a corporation. When they go to the court and they address New York City, they're not addressing you guys, they're addressing New York City as a corporation. Right. And they are definitely trying to keep you outside of what's going on. For example, the judges, you guys all heard Judge Sotomayor say the nonsense about 100,000 students, 100,000 kids were on ventilators, right? You heard that. When it was the CDC director, Rochelle Walensky, was forced to make the statement that it was only about 3,000 kids, right? And what I want you to understand is that none of those court papers are made available for you guys to read how the judges responded, right? We are able to read our social media posts. You're able to read what the New York Post writes. You're able to read listen to what CNN is saying. But you are not allowed to read the court documents unless you pay for it. So the court system right now is very isolated. So when you read the paper and the CNN or the Post or the Daily News, they give you sound bites like, oh, Judge Sotomayor just gave the green light or the courts gave the green light for them to fire the city employees. They're simply trying to play with your perspective. Which is why, if we really want to change this country, if we really want change, stop paying attention to your political differences. What's good about this pandemic is that I am a black man out here in what neighborhood is this? Gravesend. What neighborhood is this? Gravesend. Exactly, Gravesend. Which New York is segregated, right? So it's a predominantly white neighborhood, right? Shout out to all my white folks, right? Love you. I'm coming from Bed-Stuy, but the pandemic did this. It made it so that me, this little old black man from Crown Heights, I'm from Crown Heights, y'all. So I lived among the Hasidic community. So you guys are my brothers even before this. So what the pandemic has done, it has unified New York City. You get what I'm saying? We are really the divided states of America. We are. We are really trying to live our namesake by making us the United States of America right now. So I'm encouraging you guys to pay attention to what the people are doing, because because your political leaders are not going to change this. They work for corporate New York. Yeah. Okay? All of the lawyers, they work for corporate New York. Right now, I'm going through this whole process, the corporate process of trying to fight for our rights. We're doing it the way that we say it should be done. And the courts have said, and you can read it, I think MSN wrote an article about it today that says that they broke the Constitution when they denied the teachers who applied for religious exemption. They broke our First Amendment rights. Right. Susan Polson, who's the city's attorney, said that yes, there were some constitutionally infirm practices. The judges said that there were constitutionally infirm practices, yet the teachers are still on an unpaid leave. How is it that you can say that the Constitution was broken, but yet you're going to fire them? Are you paying attention to what's going on? Right. So the reality is that they don't care about that Constitution. They care more about keeping faith with the corporate members of New York. That's not you, that's not me. So if we really want to change things, we need to start reading and understanding what's going on in the law and advocate for these political leaders that's coming up that said they're going to, look, I don't know these guys. They said they're going to make change. We need to put pressure on these new leaders to advocate for the people and step outside of corporate New York. Right. So look, y'all, I'm all about the people. I'm all about doing what the people say is necessary. And we all don't have to think alike, because that's the beauty of life. We all don't have to have the same practices. Just pay attention to the world, right? It's snowing right now in New York, but if you go down to Aruba somewhere, you got sun. That's the beauty about God. The earth has differences, which means it's okay for you to be who you are. It's okay for me to be who I am. We just need to have space for each other's differences and love everyone. Look, love covers over a multitude of sins, y'all. You know what I mean? So look, if you got it in your heart, if you're moved to donate to Education for Freedom, do that. If you're moved to donate to another cause, to the firefighters, do that. If you're moved to donate to the police department, do that. At the end of the day, we are the only ones that's going to save ourselves. None of these political leaders are going to save us, and it don't take a lot of us. It only takes a little bit of us to make this noise. And I'm telling you right now, they are listening, and the armor of these people is cracking. They're going to reduce the mandate. They have to, right? Because we're not going to stand for it. Are y'all with me? All right. Look, I knew I was coming to Brooklyn, my hometown. I love you guys, man. I love you guys.